All right, lots of red today, lots of red. I am little by little using this as an opportunity to scoop up some cheap cryptos. And so if you want to know the moves that I made, check out my Patreon account. I revived it and have some patrons now and would love some more. I honestly think that the content that I'm providing there is of incredible value. So some people have jumped in there, and I would recommend it. But I shared the moves that I made this morning at 3 a.m. to my patrons. And so, no, it is not over. By no means is it over. Fear, greed, when everyone is afraid, it is time to be greedy. And we haven't seen this level of fear since March of 2020. I'll get into that. But the first thing that I want to tell you guys is I'm getting really tired of technical analysis. If you've been watching my channel, you know I am not. I can tell you everything you want to hear about technical analysis. It'll make me sound so smart. You'll feel so stupid, and you'll come to me as some kind of guru who needs to you need to rely on for short-term predictions that have maybe a 65% chance of accuracy. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I could give you that. I could give you M's and W's, head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders. I could give you Bollinger Bands. I could give you everything that you've ever dreamed of that makes me look like I'm the smartest guy in the world. But it's not worth it. Don't pay attention to technical analysis. Like they all admit that it has like a 65% chance of being right. So in other words, a 15% better chance of flipping a coin. What I care about is metrics. Metrics don't lie. And they're almost always, they're pretty much 100% right. So I give you metrics. I don't give you technical analysis. And if you're wondering why I'm so angry right now, I just got triggered. I got triggered last night. I was browsing Twitter. And what did I come across? Let me find it. Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, this is it. This is it right here. I have no idea who this guy is. I'm sure that he provides wonderful content on his Twitter account, Parabolic Trav. It was so obvious. I simply do not understand how you could not see it. This is what technical analysts do. They give you backwards technical analysis and be like, yeah, how could you have not seen this, you idiot? And it's like, you know what? You couldn't have seen this either. You didn't see this. And so what am I seeing here? I'm seeing an upward wedge, a rising wedge, which is usually a bearish signal that then broke down and went to the bottom, and here we are. And so, oh yeah, obviously, how could you not have seen that? All right, you draw those lines. You can make those lines look however you want, and hindsight is everything. And so no, there are factors that this person is not considering when it comes to technical analysis. There are certain things that contributed to this drop, to this fear right now, that you can't analyze from a technical analysis perspective. All right, so what are those things? One, a tweet last week that basically claimed, it was an unsubstantiated claim that the government was cracking down on doing a major crackdown on people using cryptocurrency for money laundering. There hasn't been any sources revealed with that. There hasn't been anything like that. And that tweet sent the price down. Number two, a mudslide in China that forced a power outage that forced 40% of all mining rigs to be shut down, which dropped hash rate significantly, which is a huge correlator to the price. So hash rate goes down, price goes down. And then number three, Biden's announcement yesterday that he wanted to, he had a desire. We'll see if it actually passes in the House and the Senate, but he wants to increase capital gains tax on millionaires to 40%, something like that. And so all of a sudden, those three things have caused this price to drop. That has nothing to do with technical analysis. That's world events. And so it was so obvious. I simply do not understand how you cannot see it. Shut up. Shut up. This is nonsense. If I was a swearing man, I would be swearing right now. No, you couldn't have seen it either, because those are things that contributed to this drop. And so there are certain things that I got to talk about with this, and I'm a little out of order here. Fear greed index. Something else that I want to take a look at is, well, I'll take a look at that later. RSI. And then, RSI, what else? There was another, Okay, so let me tell you this. We are at a point right now where we have not seen this level of fear with crypto since March of 2020. So let me start out here, the fear greed index. This is delayed by a day. And so we see a fear greed index of 55. You see, oh, well, that's isn't that greedy? We're still on the greedy side. Actually, well, no. This is the 55 is before Biden's announcement. I expect this level of greed, I expect it to be around 40 or maybe even lower than 40. When we see this updated tomorrow, because that's going to factor in Biden's announcement. And 40 is a significant number. We have not been below 40 for the fear greed index since March of 2020. And so whenever you see a score of 40 or lower, that is a time you buy. Because this bull run, I know that it's scary right now. This is the scariest time. Fear greed index indicates this is the scariest time. RSI indicates this is the scariest time. And when you see that everyone else is afraid, and you see the market sentiment turning like this, that is when you get greedy. Okay, so fear greed index, some other things, RSI, I'm not going to pull it up. RSI is, again, the lowest that it's been since March of 2020. What is RSI? It's the relative strength index. It indicates to you whether an asset is oversold or overbought. Bitcoin is way oversold right now. It's way oversold. Okay, so that is a time when you see that it's oversold, you buy. Don't worry about the price. Yeah, maybe it'll go down, maybe it'll go up, maybe we've hit the bottom. I saw it go somewhere under $48,000, which I think some people have been calling for. That it would go under $48,000 overnight. I think it got under $48,000, and that I think may be the bottom. But if not, even more so, that is an opportunity to buy. It is oversold. Even just for short-term gains, hit that buy button and you will see gains. All right, what else? I'll get back to that. I'll get to miners. All right, here we go. I got to zoom out a little bit, or at least scroll to the side. What am I seeing here? More Bitcoin was added to exchanges. You see this circle here. More Bitcoin was added to exchanges any day in the last 24 hours since March of 2020. All right, what happened in March of 2020? The price of Bitcoin crashed to $3,000. And then after that kicked off what we're seeing now. I mean, could you imagine buying $3,000 Bitcoin? That was a scary time to buy because people were afraid. But if you bought $3,000 Bitcoin, I mean, you'd be seeing what, like a 18x right now? Something like that, 16x? And you'd be sitting pretty, you wouldn't be afraid at all right now. And so, you know, this right here, it's just that Biden announcement, again, it spooked people. It spooked people a lot more than I thought it would. And so this is a blip. This is a blip. The whales are going to be scooping this up like crazy. And that price is going to go up. Do your own research. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Yada, yada, yada. I'm not a financial advisor, but financial advisors are overrated. They are absolutely overrated. So you may be confused because you see me talk about illiquid supply chain. And so we have here illiquid supply chain. This is long-term, very bullish to me that in general, net as far as the net is concerned, that people are pulling their Bitcoin off of exchanges. And so we're seeing a lot of people pull their Bitcoin off of exchanges right now. Red. And so you might be sitting here thinking, Alex, so you're telling me that people are putting their Bitcoin onto exchanges. Isn't that a sign that it's time to sell? Not when you see all this red. If you see consistently on a chart like this, lots and lots of green, more and more people putting their Bitcoin onto exchanges, then that is a time that you need to be afraid and it's time to sell. But you see a blip like that, when you see this sea of red, that is a time, that to me indicates that we are at a bottom. Okay, there's so many indicators, RSI, fear greed index, that blip of people because they're afraid putting Bitcoin onto exchanges in order to sell or to exchange, whatever. That means to me that it's time to buy. Another thing that I follow religiously, the MVRVZ score. I used this metric to predict that we were at a top in January when Bitcoin topped out at $42,000 and crashed down to $28,000 or corrected down to $28,000. I predicted that. Not exactly, but I predicted it. I predicted with the MVRVZ score, when Bitcoin went up to $58,000 and crashed to $43,000, I almost hit the nail on the head. I was saying that we were going to go down from 60 to 45. Instead, it was 58 to 43. Okay, so where is the MVRVZ score now? It's at 3.73. This is the lowest it's been since the price of Bitcoin was at $20,000 or around there, a little under $20,000. Another huge buying signal for me. And so as far as I'm concerned, I truly believe that we are at or near the bottom. This bull run is not over. And I didn't mean to pause there to communicate some kind of hesitation to you. It's just the foundation is solid for a good run up here. And I think a month from now, we're going to be looking back at this time and laughing and thinking, remember how scared we were? Because again, this is the scariest point of this entire bull run. This is the scariest point since March of 2020. But the foundation is solid. Trust the fundamentals. This is nothing like December of 2020. You know what the MVRVZ score was in December of 2020? Look at my mouse. 10.03832. Now the MVRVZ score is 3.73. Just, there's nothing to me that indicates that this is the top. Trust the fundamentals. Do your own research. Trust the analytics. just hit that buy button, guys. If you have some money that you've been holding on, waiting for the dip, for the perfect dip, this is the perfect storm of dips. I think that's a really good title for this video. Maybe that's what I'm going to call. I don't know. I'm just thinking. All right, lastly, here we go. Is this you? Is this you? Wait, no, let me turn the volume on. Bitcoin 2021 noob. Class of 2016 pleb. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. He's harnessed. You know? Wow. All right, enough of that. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment sections. As always, like and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to put the link to the Patreon account if you want to see exclusive access. You want to see my entire portfolio. You want to see the moves that I'm making. I think that it is worth it. I think it's worth its weight in gold or in Bitcoin. Maybe not in Bitcoin. Nothing's worth its weight in Bitcoin. So check it out. Again, I'd love your feedback, your comments. Let me know what you had for breakfast. Comment for the algorithm. But let's ride. Peace.